Hello, welcome to Cooking with Events by Collette and Chef Reese, of course. Before we start, I'm actually going to let you know, as I mentioned before, we are actually going to be starting to do classes via Zoom and hopefully in person at some point when this pandemic is over. But one of our classes that's coming up is at the Lakeway Library. It will be on Zoom, so anyone from anywhere can take it. It's here in Austin. You can search for it, Lakeway Library in Austin, Texas, October 1 at 4 p.m. It is a child-friendly recipe. It will be low in sugar, I promise.
No azúcar.
Sí, no azúcar. And it will be in preparation for Halloween. So hopefully you can join us. It is free. Just register on the Lakeway Library website. Bueno, vamos a empezar. Comencemos. ¿Sí? Okay, so today we're going to be cooking with two of my favorite ingredients in the whole wide world. Reese, ¿cuáles son mis favoritos ingredientes? Mis ingredientes preferidas. Aguacate y chocolate. O palta y chocolate. O, in inglés, avocado and chocolate. Okay. We're going to be making macadamia nut mousse. We got a request to make this for Christmas Eve last year, and it was the only dessert that was touched at the dinner party that we went to. There was a whole table full of desserts, and this particular dessert we're making today was the only dessert that was touched. Everyone was so full by it and so satisfied, and it was so delicious. That's all they wanted. Bueno, comencemos. Okay, so we are going to be adding some... Oh, huéspedes. Okay, Lucy. Introduzca los huéspedes. Introduzca. ¿Cómo se llaman ellos?
This is Knauss.
Knauss? Knauss verde?
Reese.
Oh, Reese. Okay. Sarge is Reese. Y el auto antiguo es Knauss. Muy bien. Reese, ¿puedes mostrar la cámara? Ah, qué bien. Vale. Okay. So we're going to be adding some ingredients today because this is a no sugar added vegan and gluten-free recipe.
And
in order to do that, we have to add some ingredients that you wouldn't normally think of in mousse. I took the liberty of already peeling our avocado. We're going to be cooking with 1.5 jumbo avocados today. If you don't have access to jumbo avocados, I would say a few regular size and maybe about 2 large. But they're pretty sizable. Okay, a ver. ¿Puedes abrir el plátano? Okay, la leche. Plátano o leche primero?
Leche.
Okay, leche. So we're going to be cooking with non-dairy milk today, or non-dairy milk. You can choose whatever milk you want. If you follow us on our videos, we usually use flaxseed milk, Good Karma flaxseed milk, but today, since we just had it available, we're using coconut milk today.
Oh.
Leche de coco y plátano. Okay, and if you have been following us, if you haven't, I always recommend getting your toddler in the kitchen. As you can see, Reese is very capable of helping out here. Sí, muy bien, el plátano. Perfecto. ¿Puedes poner en compost, por favor? Okay. And as you all know, we compost in this family. If you haven't started composting, please do. It's amazing for the environment. The environment's hurting. It needs our help. A ver. Okay, y el próximo, dátiles. We're going to be adding 30 dates today. Please make sure they are pitted and stemmed. We don't want anybody hurting their teeth. Okay, a ver. Momento. Okay, chocolate. So we're using cocoa powder. And again, I will be putting all of this on our website. So all the ingredients, all of the measurements you will have. Okay, momento, Reese. Okay, Reese, suave, suave. Gracias. Okay, and I do have on the recipe that you need macadamia nut butter. Today we're going to be making our own macadamia nut butter. We're just basically going to be combining everything with the other ingredients because it's all going to go in the food processor anyways. The macadamia nut butter is salt, macadamia nuts, just unsalted macadamia nuts. They could be dry roasted or raw, whichever you can find, and safflower or canola oil. A ver, okay. Y 2 cucharas de él. Gracias por cubrir tu tos. Okay. 1 y 2. Sí. Okay. Listo. Okay. Gracias por tu ayuda. Save that. So you're using that for later. I forgot to mention, the best part about this dessert is we're going to be topping it with plantains, or you could use red bananas. We're going to be using red bananas today. In my husband's opinion, red bananas are sweeter. And so it's something that, you know, we just happen to find, and we're going to use those instead today. We're going to pan fry them with cinnamon and salt and coconut oil. Okay, a ver, la tapa. Sí, vamos en el otro lado del tablero. As I always like to mention in my videos, the history of the ingredients, which I have mentioned in my other videos, so I won't bore you with those today. But we do have links on this recipe to fun facts about the ingredients, macadamia nuts. One thing is a lot of people don't know that they're actually a seed, and they primarily grow in Hawaii. Another thing is, did you know that there's 15 different types of avocados? I actually discovered many different types when I was living in Chile. For those of you who don't know, yes, I did live in Chile and in España. So therefore, my palate is very international. Okay, so we're just going to be turning on the food processor. We're going to process it until everything is nice and brown from the chocolate and nice and thick.
Puré?
Puré, por favor. Okay, now it's ready. Reese, ¿tú quieres probar? Okay. Whoop. ¿Está bien? Who doesn't like chocolate, really? Okay, now we're going to chill it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. We won't bore you with that right now, but we'll go ahead and scrape that off and deal with it later. Next thing on the list of things to do is the plátanos maduros, plantains, red bananas. Gosh, I can't remember, but I think what we had discovered in one of our last videos, un mil, Baba? Mil tipos de plátanos? I think there's over, if I remember correctly, about 1,000 types of bananas worldwide. Boy. There's only about 12 that are really popular that we actually eat. The red banana is used in a lot of tropical South Asian places. This is what it looks like if you haven't seen it. We did buy these at Whole Foods. They were just readily available. And I chopped them up just like you would plantains or plátanos maduros. We're going to go ahead and we'll chop this one up right here. I forgot my cutting board. Oh, gracias, Reese. Now you see that having a toddler help you out in the kitchen is a Amazing. Amazing. Gracias. Tú estás mi gran ayudador. Okay, y el cordón. Muy bien. Okay. Y, okay, necesitamos terminar de cortar. We'll go ahead and prepare all the ingredients here, but we're not going to actually cook them. I highly recommend you cook them right before you're about to eat them. The cooking instructions are on the link to this recipe, but we'll go ahead and prepare everything for you today because the ingredients can just sit there. It's just the oil, or coconut oil, salt, and cinnamon. But we'll go ahead and help you out with figuring this part out. Okay. Whoops. Okay, a ver. Oh, Reese, quiere quitar el delantal de Mickey? Whoop. Whoop. Okay. Okay, a ver, disculpa. Okay, Reese. Boom. So I'm just gonna cut off the stems here. My husband thinks I am silly for doing it this way, but I feel that it's just easier to cut. You just take off the peel. Y ta-da. Okay, so we have the plátanos. We added about 3 red bananas to this. Usually plátanos maduros or plantains are larger, so I recommend adding about 1 of those. We're going to be using that. Just drizzle just in and out of the plátanos. 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. If you feel like you want to use more, by all means, go ahead and do that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and sprinkle on the salt. As you all know, in this family we prefer to use pink Himalayan salt because there are less microplastics than your average salt, than your average sea salt. We're just going to sprinkle on the canela or cinnamon. And what you want to do is cook these about 3 minutes on each side. Make sure that the tops on both sides are just slightly darkened. Don't fully cook them, you know, thinking, oh gosh, if they're soft or any, they should be soft yet firm and darkened on both sides. Do not overcook them; they will just be too hard and chewy. That is it for today. I hope you can enjoy this. Top the plátanos on top of the mousse, or mix them in, however you want to do that. After you take the mousse out of the refrigerator, keep the mousse in the refrigerator pretty much right before you're going to eat it. This is one of those desserts that you can prepare ahead of time, or you need to prepare ahead of time, at least 2 hours. But on Christmas Eve, for example, I brought the mousse already prepared, put it in the refrigerator of our friends, and I prepared the plátanos while we were at their home right before we were about to eat it. Yes, hopefully we see you at the Lakeway Library Zoom class. We're also going to be doing one for those of you who are in the Junior League of Austin. We're going to be doing one October 3. Can't remember what time it is, but I think it's sometime in the afternoon for that class also. It's Cooking with Collette and Reese, if he is available, Chef Reese. We are going to be doing at least monthly, hopefully weekly, on a cooking, just on a basis that suits your needs. If you want to contact me, if you have any questions on certain recipes that you've seen that I've done, that you want to do Cooking with Collette alongside with me, there will be about 1 to 2 hour classes, question and answer, and I'm all ears. Here, I love to cook, and my son even gave me a to-do list when he's back at school on Monday that, Mom, you have to cook and cook and cook all day, right? See, okay. A ver. Thank you for coming. Ciao.